Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to some more Phoenix Wright, Aceattorney Trilogy, specifically Trials and Tribulations, specifically Episode 3, Recipe for Turnabout, specifically Part 4-1, which is the second day of trial. Trial on the second day here, yes. Second trial day. You know what I mean. In we go.
Do we need to be more specific?
We're good. Defendant lobby number 1.
Good morning, Mr. Wright.
Good morning, Maggie.
So, what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well, and ended on a giant mystery.
That's true. We still haven't solved a single part of it yet. Are you okay, Nick? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course.
I saw that little flash of doubt in your eyes.
No, that wasn't doubt. That was, determination.
Why don't I believe?
Why doesn't it fill you with determination? It's nearly time, Maggie. You'd better get going to the defendant's seat.
Roger. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, pal.
Hey, Detective Gumshoe.
Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that.
How did you know she was stressed?
I was watching through the doorway.
Oh.
You look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this'll help.
Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy too?
Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing.
Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles.
This is a small bottle that turned up in Trebian kitchen a couple days ago.
You know, the one you gave me?
Poison.
Wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others. What do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. And, sniff, it doesn't smell.
Finally got the analysis results back from the lab.
So, what is it? Is it the poison?
I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication.
Medication?
Yeah, for years. Topical use only, apparently.
For ears, you mean?
Yeah, it's a medication Glenn Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum.
What's Glenn Elg's ear medicine doing in the kitchen?
Stole a ticket and stole guy's ear medicine.
Yep.
Covered in
That's
unidentified fingerprints. Why didn't you identify them then? What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that?
Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour, and they might have gotten something on the prints, but...
That's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence.
Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today. Got it?
Boy, my defense is always on the pill.
Today's trial. I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done, or my name isn't Phoenix Wright. Destroy the Dark Phoenix.
Is it?
His name is actually Nick.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor. Very good. We'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems. The mark on the rim I can't speak. The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank from it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand. Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear.
It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick?
Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it. You've lost me already, Mr. Godot. You let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You gotta change with the times. That's one of my rules. Implying that you've resolved these contradictions? You know the answers to these riddles? The old guy wasn't just throwing seed in here. He was throwing us off the scent. And today I'll prove it. Very well. Let the first witness take the stand.
Oh no.
And you are?
Oh, bonjour, everyone. I am John Armstrong, the owner and head chef of La Tribune restaurant. Enchanté.
Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman?
Oh la la, monsieur. As you can see, I am la pert and funky gentleman, no?
On the day of the incident, you were in Très Bien's kitchen. Isn't that right?
Where is you, silly? Everything feels right.
Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy?
Who knows, maybe he's into it.
It's like, hey, French person flirting with me, it doesn't faze him. It's just like, okay. Very well, your testimony please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Très Bien.
Oui, voluntaries.
Volunteering for what?
When it all happened, there was just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art, decorative. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Oui, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses. He would have seen everything with us, no?
Hey, mirror?
Oui, und kein Mirror, la most enormous mirror.
And suddenly the mystery disappears. Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it. That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front.
What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me.
It's like I just sat down. Already just flipping the script on me. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
That's Très Bien.
When it all happened, yeah, with just 2 customers in my restaurant.
Anything jump out at anybody? You want to press everything.
I mean, I guess we can just Start pressing.
Start pressing the best of them.
I suppose.
And who are the two customers exactly?
No, of course. The young man who died. And the other, not so young man.
You're referring to yesterday's witness, I presume.
But the other man Maggie says she saw at the table. Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence. We need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we? Guess I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being. Art Deco. You are experimenting with Art Deco. How come I never heard about that before today?
You are not familiar with the language of interior design, Monsoni.
Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before?
But I did, just a few moments ago.
Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of decorature?
No, Art Deco. It is a style of design, Your Honor. He's talking about interior design, walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing.
Ah, yes, of course. That deco.
I was trying to achieve a more effeminate look for my restaurant. Oh my god. Are you okay?
Psychic damage.
Judge just hitting his knee on the desk, just like, fuck!
Damage 100.
Judge in his saving throws. Alright.
I was planning the most bold remodeling of Lactic.
Mirror. How big of a mirror are we talking about here?
Both something about 4 meters wide and, about 2 meters high.
Let's see, if 1 meter is about 1 yard, fully glass in a frame, that's huge.
I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually.
The
Ceiling
ceiling?
mirrors.
Is there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember.
No, but I decided not to go through with it in the end.
What should I do? Should I ask him more about the mirror or not? I mean, yes.
Yes. Considering it's the new piece of information in the crux of trying to explain away the inconsistencies.
If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. There's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or Maggie Bird's testimonies.
But
Objection!
You didn't ask, Trite. You have only yourself to blame for such sloppy work.
What?
The mirror was delivered to Trey Bien the day before the incident.
Really?
As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes. And as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end.
This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Trey Bien, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime.
Eh, you want to doubt someone, Trite, look in the mirror. Sure, the person looking back at you will be dubious enough. So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror.
Normally, I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object.
Objection!
Normally? How does normality come into this? That's lame, Trite, even for you.
Huh?
Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it? Or does that leave the porky-headed lawyer and the top-knot chick over there? And the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here? Well, Trite?
Not the head. I do not have a top knot. What is that thing then?
What do you call that, Maya? Sounds like a top knot to me. No.
Not have a top knot.
Godot is correct. It is a top knot. Lack of normality is no basis for discounting an argument.
Bien, logic as one lady.
Everything? You would have seen everything in reverse?
Wait,
Hey, Nick, we should take a sec and think about what old CD said in his testimony. Would he phrase it again?
Well, I was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. Then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand.
We saw everything he described reflected in a mirror. But everything he said he saw on the left was actually on the right.
Except we know for a fact that the eyepiece is on the left.
Yeah.
Of his picture.
Just find him again.
It is on his left.
Yeah. And
Meaning
if everything
that
was reflected,
if everything
then
was
that implies
flipped,
in
then-
the real world it was on the right,
Yeah.
but it isn't, so...
So that means it's a lie.
It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but... I think old CD saw everything through a reflection. If he did, it would explain other contradictions in his testimony. That just makes the situation worse for Maggie. There's gotta be something in that old man's testimony. We just gotta dig deeper. Yeah, we got the number now.
Everything would be in reverse. It'd be like, well, what about his glasses? His cool specs. Just present his face.
Yeah, his face is probably the answer. He's blind, he can't find it. The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD? Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we?
Please don't flash back again. No. While I was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, a lucky if I'm wrong was his left ear without a doubt.
So, to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw all that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side.
exactamente. You see, Monselli, now that you think about it, it is not so odd, no?
Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head?
Order! Mr. Wright is correct. A witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror. And we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye.
Objection!
How bitter. Wright, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time.
Are we talking about your coffee, or something completely different?
You don't understand the way the witness thinks. How he thinks? Remember this, I presume?
I broke the vase. Sorry, apology. Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony?
Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elk? Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece. And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elk's HMD made a big impression on the old man. So we got it totally wrong, because he sucks. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear. Thank you, I'm here all week. Well, Trey.
That's the worst, but best impression of Kudo ever. It's like they're voiced by the same person or something. Wow, I really thought he was old CD for a minute there. Godo's good.
He didn't plug his nose, though. Enough! Must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony.
Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash.
A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears.
Wait, I can explain. Please, if you will look at the plans of Lower Sound.
The mirror.
Aloha, is everything sitting comfortably? Is everyone sitting comfortably? La mirror was in the middle of Lower Sound, dividing the two halves. There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim.
I mean, you could have been across from him, like, down below, but then he wouldn't have been able to see everything as well, but yeah.
Oh, it's because the mirror is blocking everything, so...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was the seat at the table next to the victims. That was where the old man was sitting. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else.
Didn't touch anything
For all
else, you
that
say?
stuff you looted, but... I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. The table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror.
Was it not a little conk? I am confusing all the men like this. Thanks.
Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again.
Arrgh, I hate that guy.
Said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that?
Volunteers, of course.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you please.
Okay, we want
Is that the way of the game trying to say, just immediately just prove that he stole stuff?
Didn't touch anything else, you say?
I guess we could just try it. Let's see.
Then what about... I guess we'll just go right for this, right?
Objection!
Didn't work.
Not that. Because we don't know whose fingerprints are on it, so we don't know. But we
What
do know
was in
for a
your
fact that he
kitchen?
stole that second lottery ticket.
That's true. Do we have evidence of the second lottery ticket, though?
I don't know. Let's go and look. That's the main one, so I think the next page had the other one. No, that just tells you about it.
Curse, maybe we press it and we'll get more information.
Sure.
Are you sure about that?
I touched nothing except the mirror.
Mr. Wright, is there something the witness has said that doesn't match the crime scene?
Yeah, there is. I just can't put my finger on what exactly.
Heh, suffering from a case of heartburn, right?
Oh, I have just the thing for that. An oiled cotton mirror. And funked stains.
And if you drops your coffee and voila. Voila. Enjoy.
Focus, Phoenix. Breathe. I need to ignore these two and just find some evidence. It is pretty strange, though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a really large mirror. You'd think someone would have, but Maggie didn't, and neither did Old Seedy. The only logical explanation is there was no mirror inside Tree Bien that day. I've just got to prove it somehow. there's something else I'm not thinking of that they touched. Or, you know, moved.
Because we know that... I wonder if we present the guy's winning lottery ticket. Just because, you know, he stole a different lottery ticket, but maybe still if we...
It'll still trigger it.
Oh, A1. No? Okay.
No. I mean, worst case scenario, we just press everything and maybe it'll give us more to work with.
Unless you want to throw the flyer at it now. No. Okay. There's a radio show, Your Honor.
Don't understand, it's important. It stole the hearts of the listeners.
I don't know, the magazine? Sports magazine? Be like, this was on the guy's table, and then it was stuffed behind a rack. It's the only other thing that was moved. No. Okay. So they just specifically keep harping on, hey, so you're sure you didn't touch anything, right? But then it's like, no, we have to disprove the mirror. It has nothing to do with the statement. What? Is that what they're doing to us?
I don't know, let's go back and press other things.
Actually, okay, go to where it says where the old man was sitting. Next one. And now look at the picture of the crime scene we have. Next page.
This one or what?
Next page, the one, the actual picture of the crime scene.
Oh, yeah.
That vase isn't knocked over, which is the one thing we got written down from the old man's testimony.
Okay.
If it says that it was that table was where he was, probably presenting the testimony. If that doesn't work, then press it, and then we'll present whatever the press leads us to. But yeah, should be that. Is it that first statement? Very first thing there.
This one?
Yes, he broke his face.
Objection!
Your Honor, Mr. Kudo's words yesterday strongly contradict Mr. Armstrong's testimony.
This is the letter of apology that was written by Mr. Kudo, is it not?
I realize it looks useless, Your Honor, but this is still testimony.
Heh. I guess useless people are only really good at identifying useless things. What relevance does a scrap of paper have to the trial, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Kudo's testimony is actually very relevant to the question at hand, Your Honor. As it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence, the crime scene photo.
Yes, not that one. This one.
This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony. Are you sure?
Crime photo?
Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist.
What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Should not exist? Sounds like you're describing yourself, Trite.
Oh my god.
Oh, Bert.
Generational hater. Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement. Something that should not exist in this photo. It's like the face.
There is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all.
Objection!
Don't be an idiot, Trite. That's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from.
Exactly. There is only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Trey Bien that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie.
Objection!
Mind you. Try to confuse the court, Trite. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase. While the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene.
Objection!
Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary, in his own words. I did not touch anything else except the mirror.
Well, witness, what you have to say for yourself?
Sniff. I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day.
Right to this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't hear? You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that mirror wasn't there, Trite, then this problem is all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw?
If I can answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it. Going to be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick? There's more than just this one contradiction, Maya. What do you mean? Remember what Maggie told us? There was another man at the victim's table. And there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up.
Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer.
Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. Mr. Kudo made
A mistake.
The
The
ear
ear
doctor
doctor.
made a mistake. Where the victim was a phony.
Victim was a phony, a big fat phony.
I mean, that one sounds the most dramatic. Should we go with that one?
Yes, we're not gonna just be like, clearly the guy was wrong. That just doesn't help us at all. Ear doctor made a mistake. It's like, no, that's stupid. The ear doctor's not gonna mistake which one was ruptured. So yes,
The
it was
victim
all a setup.
phony. This case is riddled with contradictions. Yet, there is one very simple answer that clears them all up.
And what is that?
The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events.
What?
Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glen Elk at all. It was an imposter, a phony pretending to be Mr. Elk. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake.
Order in the court. Settle down and I'll clear the courtroom. Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh? What did you say? Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup?
Yes. Someone pretended to be Glen Elk and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo.
Objection!
Get real, Trite. Why would anyone want to do that?
Isn't
For
it
kicks.
obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was...
The server girl brought him a Java Cheeto, but she put something in it. That's the server girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. It's so hard to believe, but...
There was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee.
Objection!
I'm insinuating that the witness in the old man's story was a fake as well.
Waitress, yes.
It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but... It's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening. That's right. Well, witness. Your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics. You would have known about it, correct?
Oh la la. This is most difficult for me.
Objection!
No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath, after all. Was there, in fact, a phony at Trey Bien that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened.
The defense request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day.
Oh, oi.
In the restaurant.
Le victim, Matsui Elk. He came to my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. There were no other customers. When he got word he won the lottery, Mon Elk became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. None. There was no time for a phony to do the acting.
Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all.
Devote a man's pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly. Oh my god, it never works that way.
What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later.
Oi.
For now, we will hear your cross-examination. Mr. Wright, if you please.
He took that perjury charge a bit too well. But I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination.
So, 5 minutes after the poisoning, he won, but we have the flyer that says that specific time that the broadcast happens. So.
Yeah. First, let me see.
So if it doesn't immediately accept it, then probably we press it and then do it, but yeah.
So let's see, at 1:30 is when that happened, and then apparently he died 5 minutes later.
Yeah, but they were saying that the actual death was like 2:25 or something like that, because it took 5 minutes for the old man to find a phone.
I'm just wondering, do we have evidence of that 5 minutes, or do we just have to remember it?
I mean, just remember. But anyways, if it says 5 minutes after he died, but the broadcast he was just listening to was over an hour before that, then
Right.
that's the issue. So
Anyway, you want to just shoot this at it?
yes, it'll be saved, so there's no reason not to. Alright, and it doesn't work, so now you just press it instead.
Yup. If
Get
that
him
person
to
don't
say in
succeed,
writing.
just press it. And what were you doing at that point? Without any customers, you must have had time to kill.
I am a multi-talented woman, Monsai.
Sorry, what do you mean?
There is the renowned chef, John Armstrong, and the tragic poet, Clarice Armstrong.
Clarice?
I was writing a poem, an angry tale of a chef and of $1 million in debt. Cooking for a man who won $500,000 on the lottery. It is called Porokoi. It means why. Perhaps I could recite it for the courts.
Please don't.
Alright.
Maybe
So
there was
press
maybe the
everything.
no time thing is what.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, if we had the evidence that actually said that, like the time that happened at, then we can do something.
Thought that the lottery ticket would have it on there.
It only has the time for the show, not the time he actually died. 'Cause apparently that wasn't important enough from testimony to keep when they're saying the guy actually died. But yeah,
Throw this at this and see if that works.
I mean, yes, just throw that at every sentence. Alright, not today.
It was wrong. Did we just press this? Oh,
Sure, just press everything. Press everything that talks about the lottery.
you mean you contacted the police as soon as the incident occurred?
I asked the old man to call from my little payphone.
By your own argument, right? The purpose of this phony victim's performance was so the old man would see. In other words, once the incident occurred, this opportunity would completely disappear. Indeed.
Bien, it seems the shadow of doubt has been lifted. N'est-ce pas?
Guess Mr. Armstrong is connected to this case, huh? Absolutely. Someone was impersonating Mr. Elg, and I refuse to believe he was oblivious. He was there the whole time, after all. If you're right, wouldn't Maggie have noticed too? She fell unconscious when the incident occurred, remember? Ah, you mean that's when the phony staged his act? I'll know for sure once I find a hole in this testimony. I just have to press more stuff.
Just press the actual lottery winning part.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of these lottery statements.
Did you see him?
None. I was in the kitchen, but I heard him. I remember I'm shouting, yes, $1 billion bucks.
Presumably the Fed had heard that too, is that correct?
Maggie. She looked like a poor little frightened dove.
What about Mr. Kudo?
The old man choked on some bird seed that got stuck in his throat.
Seems we now have yet another incident on our hands.
Maybe I throw the thing at this. Oh,
Yes.
just keep
If
throwing
it's
it
not,
at
I'm
her.
gonna be upset because I'm like, it's clearly a contradiction.
Objection!
How dare you?
Contradiction, Your Honor.
What do you want me to complain about at this point then, game?
Press all three of these, so it's gotta be in the first part, apparently. Let's just press everything. Was he alone at his table as well?
Mas. Oui. I saw. I'm in from the kitchen.
Yeah, the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. She swears there was another man at the victim's table.
Objection!
Fortunately for you, Trey. Yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me of a certain coffee's bittersweet bite.
What kind of coffee has he been drinking? It's not coffee, it's love. It's love that's bittersweet. Hearing Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. Wise, Maya. Don't...
Yes.
Words that don't belong in the same sentence. No.
By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct?
So true. Oui. It comes often from my special coffee.
I drank a coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience.
Oh, you make me so happy, Monsoi. You are most welcome anytime.
I said it was worth one sip, and nothing more.
So old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. How many minutes after, or what time was it?
Just what time was it? Just
We need to know the time. That's all we need. Just our time. Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived?
Oh no, I cannot remember, Monsai.
I believe you were told by a witness yesterday.
The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir.
Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness?
The incident happened about 20 minutes after you arrived. So the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10 p.m., no?
Just after 2, huh?
Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, Monsai. You are wonderful.
Ha ha ha! I can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? How a day will be added to the witness's testimony.
Judge is just getting bashful now. Oui, Not so, Judge. Everything I do it for you.
Merci bien. That's French, isn't it? Ha ha ha.
I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood. He's even humming a song to himself. So either send a message at this, or now it'll work on the other one.
Yes.
Give him a shot.
So may as well just try throwing it at this, and then if it doesn't, we'll go to the ones you previously wanted to.
Objection!
The music stopped. I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong.
Good. What do you mean?
At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers for the $500,000 lottery ticket.
Oui, that must be the show Mom Elko was listening to.
I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright.
I wonder... You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct?
Oui, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was that time, because I had just finished serving the luncheon meal.
Get to the point, Trite, if you have one.
That show was broadcast live at 1:30 p.m., and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life.
It's on the air at 1:30.
Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time.
No.
This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over. There's only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter, acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elks in Trey Bien that day. The real Glen Elk, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer. And the phony Glen Elk acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness.
It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy?
Objection!
Quite a performance, Trite. You were almost on a roll. But sadly, you lacked the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song.
What is this, Music Theory 101?
Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. Phony Glen Elk is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain, then, where the real Glen Elk is?
I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at that time, the real Glen Elk was already dead.
That's certainly the obvious conclusion.
Objection!
Thank you, Trite. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say.
What?
Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours. Can you explain where the missing corpse went to?
The missing corpse?
According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. That customer was the phony Glen Elk. And where did the real killer hide the body of the real victim?
Nyar.
Prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. Your theory is to stand up to examination by the court. You must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body?
Yes, Your Honor.
No conjecture, Trite. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hid.
Let me see before I have to do it.
Under the table. We have no evidence for it.
Evidence?
Yes, we do.
What's with the intense pressure here all of a sudden? Yes, we
I mean, you found a bottle of ear medicine that was there. Everybody's saying that you could say that the guy had on his person, which means instead of just being stolen off a table or something, it's like he had in his pocket, they drag his body in there and take his clothes, and then it fell on the floor. Aha! No.
Thought I had him with that contradiction. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead.
Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. L concealed? Inside Trilogy. He was put in the kitchen.
It would have been way too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Trilogy.
Interesting. Where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
He was under the table.
Exact location where the body was concealed inside Trilogy is...
It was hidden behind the open door, but no, it was in the kitchen.
The body was hidden here.
I see. Nice supposition. The real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location?
I mean, I don't know if it proves it, but it's a theory. Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle?
No. I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, not the itis. Yeah, the whatever.
Highest.
Highest. Ah, yeah, I see now. Quality only for me.
Was that bottle found, Mr. Wright?
Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Trilogy.
Quay. But I only ever use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils.
But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication.
What kind of medication?
I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. L visited an otolaryngological clinic and was given medication that day.
You can't be serious.
The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. L. Glenn Elk's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen?
Monsieur.
Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, did he? I mean, they just said that... Just threw her under the bus. You were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back.
No.
Order! This is an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Mr. Glenn Elk?
Never. I could not do such an horrible thing.
No!
Oh my god.
Mr. Godot? Bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules.
Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now?
And I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear, my H-deficient friend?
Je vous demande pardon. Please. You must hear me out.
It's here, not ear. Put the H's in. No.
English, mother.
It is a job. Listen to me, por favor.
You hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. Get
The
wrecked.
judge speaks Spanish.
I am multicultural. You're in California, after all.
Based to judge.
Only gonna ask you once. Did you do it?
No, absolutely none.
Let's hear it. Got one shot, right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you.
Oh my god, he's gonna laugh.
As does my gavel. Gonna beat your head.
Is this clear?
What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. Not to forget the movies, this game has it
Very
all over
well.
the place.
Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong.
Love saying that for real.
Give you a beatdown.
The confession.
It is true. I ate the body in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear it. You must believe me.
You were forced? By who?
I cannot say, or I will be erased.
Let's try a different question then. When Mr. L died, was he really the only person at his table?
There was... There was another man.
I knew it. Maggie was telling the truth.
You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright.
There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer.
Puts on brass knuckles.
Gotta break this mother ducker. I guess then what we gotta do is either press everything or just press the part, you know, about the person who did it.
Yeah, I guess go with
Those
that.
two.
Yeah.
Hold it!
What man? Who was he?
No, I cannot say. I fear for my life.
He's really scared. Just have to put the words in his mouth now. Yeah, you're right. If you won't tell me, I'll tell him.
Why would you go along with this man? Alright, so do we just present Tigray to that statement? Was it this your card?
No problem. I mean, we'll try it.
No, that was Shelly the killer.
Objection!
Let's end this dance of Ring Around the Rosie, Mr. Armstrong. This is the man that you've been referring to.
Who is that? I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
Oh, I don't know, maybe a month ago in this very courtroom? This man is Furio Tigre. He's the manager of a loan office called Tender Lender. There's no point trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go against Mr. Tigre, at least not while he had this on you.
Your loan contract.
Take that!
A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you.
It is as you say.
Mr. Armstrong.
Taika, he told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On the day in question, he was meeting the victim to demand that he will pay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I carried the body and let inconscient Maggie out of the dining area. and entered the kitchen. After that, I tried to forget what I had seen.
I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre.
You're such a model businessman. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket. Was that your doing as well?
No, I knew nothing but that. Maybe it looked like it was Maggie who had done it. I was not. It was despicable.
Mr. Cadeau, you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow. "30 minutes. What? Trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more.
How the?
I'm gonna beat his ass. No, don't sit back and relax yet, Triton.
It's gonna Cyclops him.
Shoelaces. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way. Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Cadeau. We'll resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for 30-minute recess. So me and Gumshoe are gonna go beat the shit out of this guy. Drag him back here.
To be continued.
I hate to have to do this to you, pal.
I already did it to you once. Like, how many times I gotta teach you this lesson, pal?
Okay, we'll do the next part of the trial, I guess, in the next episode.
Doe just walks in, just like, hey, yous can't be. Just hits him right and square in the forehead with a coffee mug. Drags his body out.
Everyone, if you enjoyed this, then liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing are all appreciated. The most important thing, though, that thou must absolutely do is have a nice day.
For real?
For real.